What is going on, guys? Dealer here, back again talking about a major update, one of the biggest in Xbox history, and it has a lot to do with GDC 2019. If you weren't clear on what exactly GDC is, well, let me help you out. GDC is the Game Developers Conference. This is a conference where developers from all over the world share tips, talk games, give talks on industry innovation, and more.
To give us a really interesting transition between second person and third person movement.
Like that is, sort of good to some people, but you're sort of making it for an audience in the first place, and if you miss that, then you've missed the point.
Like I said, from all around the world, they're giving what is essentially TED Talks on how to make the industry better, technologies, techniques, and more. They also give out awards, but this year they're going to be hosting a panel on something that could be more interesting than a lot of that, depending on who you are. It is there at GDC 2019 that Microsoft will be talking about an update for developers that will allow them to bring all platforms, except PlayStation, together for the very first time. Now, some of you guys may not care about this kind of stuff, but there are a ton of people that are into crossplay, and really, if you think about it, if you really think about it, this is kind of the first step towards a unified platform. I have heard so many people say that I just wish I could buy one box and have all of the games from every company on that box. And you know what, guys? I think we can finally say that it's happening. It's really happening. Oh my God. No, it's not really happening, but this is actually really cool, and it really does seem like a step in the right direction. So just to be clear, this is an SDK for developers. It is going to enable developers to have control over what platforms are connected on their end. This includes PC, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android. And you know what? Sony may not be playing ball now, but that doesn't mean that they will not at some point. Remember, they were altogether rejecting crossplay until the industry and the media started to push back. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. Now, as always, his source will be linked down below, but Microsoft are pitching this to developers. They want developers to bring their content over to Xbox Live. Now, they do go on to say that Xbox Live is one of the largest gaming communities on the planet. They then go on to tell developers that they have decades of experience providing managed game services. It then says that these services save you time and unlock all of these social features that gamers love. Another interesting part of their quote is, get a first look at the new SDK to enable game developers to connect players between iOS, Android, and Switch, in addition to Xbox and any game in the Microsoft Store. Now, the takeaways Microsoft have listed here are actually really cool. It says Xbox Live players are highly engaged and active on Xbox and PC, but now they can take their gaming achievement history, their friends, their clubs, and more with them. It also says that this will break down barriers, essentially meaning, hey, cross-play, bigger pools of players, more engagement, things like that. Now, I do have one concern, and I'll get to that in a minute, but otherwise, I think this is absolutely phenomenal. For those that are into crossplay, things like that, this is great for you. This may also incentivize developers to offer more cross-buy titles. Likely, if your save information, if your friends list, your achievements, all of these things are linked together on the same server system, developers are less likely to charge you for a separate copy of a game. That could be a long stretch, but just a thought. Now, the thing that concerns me are, of course, radical fanboys pretending like this isn't a good idea, particularly on the other platform, the platform that has decided not to do this. Anybody who goes against this kind of idea, for one, you are literally resisting the inevitable. Much like crossplay, much like cloud streaming, much like multiple next-generation consoles on day one, this will be an option most likely, and it is actually pro-consumer. Carry all of your data with you, your saves, and more. Play with more friends on more devices. It is all about user numbers, engagement, not console sold. And when you hear some really radical people talk about how all of these things are bad ideas because they are stuck in the past, because they want to be limited to one box, not realizing that there are zero benefits to that over being able to take your game everywhere with you, wherever you want to go on whatever platform you want, that's absolutely mind-blowing. But of course, that's just my opinion. I'd like your opinion on this update, not necessarily for the Xbox One on the OS side, but more in the background for developers. It's funny, this is the least updatey of the updates I've ever talked about, but it could change things more than all of the updates combined. This kind of thing will literally change the way Xbox Live works and the engagement that you see there. I think it's extremely interesting. It's definitely worth covering. I'd like to know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you agree with any of these things here. Disagreed, it's all good. Hit that like button if you learned something today, or just like the video. Maybe share this with a buddy or two. That'd be absolutely amazing. And of course, subscribe if you are new. Be sure and check out my last video. I'll link that down below. I got some other stuff down there for you to click on too. I'm Dealer. I'm out.